That's right, we got the Ferrari jacket on again because it's another new Ferrari launch day. I just got word the Ferrari 12Cilindri MM is coming out tomorrow at the time of filming this, but I already know a lot about the car, so I'm going to put it out when the car comes out so you guys can see it quickly. So let's jump into the new Ferrari 12Cilindri MM. If you're not already, please subscribe to Exotics Anonymous, like the video for me, it really helps me out with the algorithm, and comment down below and let me know what you think of the new car. The 12Cilindri hasn't been everybody's favorite, but they're adding this manual option, so maybe that'll try and win some enthusiasts over. But let me know what you think of the car. Let's get into it. So the only thing I don't know for sure at the time of making this is if the car is actually going to be called the 12Cilindri MM. Maybe it'll be like the CS or the VS or whatever they end up calling it, a manual 12Cilindri. The 12Cilindri is Ferrari's replacement for the 812 Superfast. It's their naturally aspirated V12 engine with about 800 horsepower, rear wheel drive, Grand Touring, Super GT. Great car overall, just the looks of the 12Cilindri weren't the best, so it hasn't really gone over very well with most of the community, including me. I'm not a big fan of it unless it's in like a black or maybe a color that really fits the spec, but the car itself is a great place to start. Naturally aspirated V12, dual clutch transmission. Some parts of the car look good. The 812 Superfast is one of the best cars ever made, so even though the 12Cilindri doesn't look as good, still a great platform in general. With the recent flop of the Ferrari Luce, it's no doubt Ferrari's trying to win enthusiasts back over. We're getting this manual 12Cilindri. We're getting a Ferrari 296 Speciale without the hybrid system, basically. It's going to be called the 296 Challenge Stradale is the rumor, going back to their older name from like 2003. So they're making special cars, and this 12Cilindri manual is the first that we're seeing of that. So let's talk about this manual transmission. It's very similar to Koenigsegg's manual, where it can also be used as a DCT from what I understand, or at least it's based on the architecture of an automatic transmission, but it simulates being a manual for you essentially. Limited production numbers of the car. At this time, I heard there's going to be under 1,000 of them. I don't know the final number at the time of filming this video, but you know, somewhere between 500 and 1,000 of these manual 12Cilindris. If you're not a big Ferrari collector, you're not getting one. So the numbers don't matter too much because there's only going to be so many. They'll be expensive, no doubt. They'll probably go over sticker when they come out. They might stay at value or hold their value for a long time as well. Ferrari 812 Competizione, the most recent V12 special edition Ferrari we've gotten, have skyrocketed in price. I mean, a Competizione, a part does $3.5 million, whereas the sticker was like 800, 900 grand. So V12 Ferraris traditionally do very well. Limited manual V12 Ferraris will do incredibly well. Even if this car doesn't look that great, it's going to hold its value. I'll be interested to see if we see like a Ferrari Dodici Cilindri 12Cilindri special edition, like a GTO or a Competizione, because we're getting this manual one, which we usually don't get. So it makes me wonder if there even will be a 12Cilindri Dodici Cilindri track focused version. We didn't get one of those for the F8 Tributo. They did the Pista and then they did the F8, and they never did like a track version of the F8. And the Dodici Cilindri is kind of what the F8 was to the 488. So I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't get a Competizione version, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we did, because they could improve on the car a little bit with some looks and make it a little more exciting to drive, because everyone's been saying the Dodici Cilindri is not as exciting as an 812, but it is a little more usable on the road. So I wouldn't be shocked to see a more hardcore version of that car as well. But this manual one is definitely one of those Ferraris that, even though it's not the best looking car, it's going to be valuable long term. It's going to be desired because it's a manual V12 Ferrari, which we almost never get. Even like a LaFerrari is not a manual, SP3 Daytona is not a manual. This 12Cilindri MM is a manual. And that also leads me to talk about, we are getting a Ferrari SP4 pretty soon, and that will also be this type of manual situation from what I understand. I'd imagine that car is going to be a rear engine V12, like a, you know, set up like a LaFerrari, a SP3 Daytona, where the engine's behind you, but it'll have a manual. This car is a front engine GT manual, probably more numbers than we'll see of whatever they make for the SP4, if I could imagine. Lower starting price as well. I don't have a price for this car yet. I would guess somewhere in like the $700,000 range, and then with options probably closer to 800 or 900. And I think they'll probably trade for closer to $2 million right when they actually start hitting the market. It's going to be a rare car. The looks aren't that different from what I've seen so far. It's just a 12Cilindri with a manual. I mean, at least you can get that better steering wheel from the factory now with the buttons, I guess. At the time I'm filming this, I don't actually know if the car is going to be able to be driven as an automatic or if it's only going to be as this like simulated manual. So I'm curious to find out when that actually officially gets revealed tomorrow. I would imagine they'll give you the option to do so, because why not if the capability's there. I don't know if they're using Koenigsegg's actual gearbox or if they developed their own version of it, but it sounds like it might be a licensing thing. I'm not too sure at this time, but it's cool they're doing it. It's good they're making an effort to make something for the enthusiasts, because the Luce was like not even for any of their customers, so that was pretty disappointing. I'm excited to see that 296 Challenge Stradale a little more than this 12Cilindri manual, because taking the hybrid system out of the car and like shedding a lot of weight is really what the enthusiast hardcore track cars are supposed to be about. And so I'm excited to see that. I think it's cool they made this 12Cilindri manual, don't get me wrong, but I'm more excited for that 296 Challenge Stradale that's upcoming towards the end of the year. And I will do a dedicated video to that car that has a little more info from what we know so far. This 12-cylinder video was quick. I just want to get it out quickly for you because I just confirmed it's coming out July 3rd for sure. So I hope you guys appreciate me getting you the video quickly. Please like for me, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what you think of this manual 12-Cilindri. Do you think Ferrari made a good move here? Do you think they made a good move with the Luce? What are you looking forward to seeing from them in the future? Let me know. Thanks for watching Exotics Anonymous, and I will see you in the next video.